Okay, so this story is from a while back. It's from 2022, but I think it's an important story to tell. So, back in 2022, I think there were about 3 plushies that have been added to Tower Defense Simulator, namely the original Commander plushie, the Minigunner plushie, and maybe the DJ Booth plushie. I'm not entirely sure if that was towards the end of the year or start of the 2023 year. However, back then, there were issues with some players actually buying fake plushies and then going to Juniper supports asking for a code, and there was an issue where they couldn't get the code, obviously, for a redeemable plushie in the game because, well, obviously, they bought a fake plushie. And nowadays, because there is no redeemable code when it comes to plushies, what stops you from getting the fake TDS plushies that could be on sale? Probably copyright and the fact that it is illegal. However, with that being said, I did track down the original fake plushie that Raz was referring to. It was this, the 23cm Commander plush toy cute plushie, police plushie kawaii cartoon dolls soft stuff toy Christmas birthday gift for kids. Now, the reason why it has so many descriptors for this is because that gets it notoriety when you're searching up, I don't know, Tower Defense Simulator Commander plush, and it is more likely to get more hits when people are trying to search up Tower Defense Simulator fakes or whatever. One of the developers made an announcement on the 17th of June 2022 saying fake plushies do not come with redeemable codes 3 times. Beware of scam sellers selling fake TDS plushies. These plushies are not made by Paradoxum Games. They do not live up to the official quality standards of the real plush, and they do not financially support our game and developers. Real TDS plushies only come from shop.paradoxum.games. Now, I'm not entirely sure that the original Tower Defense Simulator plushies lived up to the quality standards of Tower Defense Simulator plushies because, well, my Commander plushie kind of fell apart. A lot of the details around the hat, they all kind of just got left their super glue. And when it comes to the Minigunner plush, yeah, the minigun just snapped in half. So while I wouldn't say that Tower Defense Simulator plushies are the pinnacle of peak design, toy design, they are probably a lot better than the fakes because, actually, I did buy this fake. Now, making sure that I'm not actually leaking anything, here I got an official delivery notice on the 1st of July 2022. Yes, this was over 3 years ago. I'm not entirely sure when I bought this, but the original site for this, it is the same one, by the way. It shows it for $15.69, $1.93 shipping. I think I bought it for like 15 Great British pounds, which is a lot cheaper than the original Commander plushie, which I think was being sold for about $24, and then I got it for about £20, but then you got to add shipping in it, and I got paid it for like £40 for the original OG, first edition release TDS Commander. Now, obviously, this doesn't come with a code. However, nowadays, you don't get a code with your plushie purchase anymore. So, actually, if you could actually get this plushie for a substitute price, then maybe your daughter, your son, your grandpa, maybe, they wouldn't notice and they would think it's the real official thing. Now, obviously, it's not actually the case because there are some things here which do not live up to the quality of the original Paradoxum Games Commander plushie. So, for example, the ring around its neck or its dog tags, they were actually slightly metal, or they felt metallic at least, not this fabric that's seen here. Additionally, I think the radio was slightly better. I think I do remember the radio being, for the original plushie, not that great, but even that I think was slightly better than what's shown off here. Also, I think the original Commander TDS plushie was slightly larger. 33 centimeters tall, 20 centimeters wide. This is 23 centimeters tall, 17 centimeters wide. So it is slightly smaller. However, back in the day, I did actually buy this to see what was going on here and rate it at least alongside the real Tower Defense Simulator Commander plushie. And in fact, you can see even here that it is a lot skinnier than the Tower Defense Simulator official plushie. The problem with this, I never actually got it. So the parcel said it was delivered on the 1st of July 2022, delivered at a certain time. I think I actually edited it so that it was incorrect. However, I didn't actually receive the parcel. The parcel actually got to Heathrow Airport. Now, it was stuck at Heathrow Airport for about a week to 2 weeks, and then when I attempted to get the parcel or like follow up why haven't I got my parcel yet, I think one of the people at Heathrow Airport, they realised that apparently the parcel didn't have a home address on the parcel itself. Either that or a home address or house number. The thing is, there was some missing detail about the delivery address that's what came with my order, even though I correctly filled it out because I wouldn't have been able to use my credit card for it because it's on the billing address as well. And I used the same billing address as I did my home address, and the card payment wouldn't have gone through unless I had the correct details for my billing address. So it got, apparently, to Heathrow Airport in London, on the west side of London. It was stuck in customs for a bit, and then once it cleared customs, well, it got to the Royal Mail sorting office, and they couldn't sort it out because there was no delivery address on it. I clarified the delivery address. However, Royal Mail said that they couldn't deliver to the address because it didn't have a formal delivery address on it. So they sent it back. Now, I asked for a refund from the original creators of this, the Miracle Kids Toy Store, and they refused. Now, I'm not entirely sure why they refused. I didn't get my parcel, therefore I should be able or eligible for a full refund. However, they refused. So I brought it up with PayPal, and then PayPal said that, oh wait, there was a delivery address notice and they actually did deliver it. So they also refused my refund. However, once I contacted PayPal in person, they said, oh wait, you didn't actually get your parcel. We checked with Royal Mail and you didn't get your parcel either. Okay, we're going to send you the full refund. So I think there is some shady business going on where they take your money for a potential Tower Defense Simulator Commander plushie, a fake one at that, and either they don't ship it or have like incorrect order addresses, and because I use like PayPal or something, or because I don't know, I didn't use a credit card, I can charge back if I didn't get the product. And even if I did use a credit card, because I didn't spend over like $100 on it, I don't think I was able to charge back. I don't think that's how it works in the United Kingdom. But because I spent the money, and it's because it was difficult to get a refund, I think what potentially could be happening here is that these game store things, they are selling fake TDS plushies, and they're hoping that enough deliveries fail so that they get your money, but they don't send out the actual product. Or if they send out an actual product, it has like the wrong address on it, or it claims that it's been delivered, but it hasn't actually been delivered. In my case, for some reason, Every said that they had delivered it, when actually they had not been delivered. I don't know why. Maybe the company used like fake tracking orders to say it's been delivered. In any case, I did not get the fake TDS Commander plushie, even though I knew it was fake and half expected to get scammed. And I nearly did get scammed until PayPal stepped in and said, nah, G, you're getting your money back. And I remember the phone call to it. I was in Canary Wharf, in the Nando's at Canary Wharf, saying to PayPal, screaming down the phone, listen, I did not get my package. I can show you proof from the Royal Mail saying that they sent it back. Give me my refund. And eventually PayPal did give me my refund. Now, as you can see here, for some reason, it is no longer available. Whether they sold it out entirely or whatever, who knows. We support bulk CSV dropshipping. Oh my god, they actually dropshipping. And why is it in Comic Sans? However, with that being said, apparently there are some other stores that are selling fake Tower Defense Simulator plushies. As you can see here, there's a minigunner plush they're selling, and the original Commander... Hang on, that's the original Commander plush, isn't it? I think so. They're also selling fake DJ booth plushies, and I think that's it. But what is this? That's not related to Tower Defense Simulator, I don't think. I think that's related to Combat Madness because of the face, but that's not Tower Defense Simulator, at least from what I can see. 238 grams for a plush seems quite heavy, I can't lie. But why are they selling that? Why is there a colour called grey, right? And a colour called red? That's weird. So it looks like they've just turned to a different store. And also, they're less subtle about this. Paradoxum Commander plush toy, DJ booth plushies, dolls, minigunner stuff, whatever, right? Apparently, there are 748 available. If they started out with like 1,000 units, I'd imagine like 252 people bought this. I would have to say most of these people may have gotten the product. However, in my experience, I got scammed. And to be fair, buyers' questions and answers, someone did ask, hello, does the toy come with a code for the plush skin? Nowadays, it doesn't, because even the regular ones don't, but I imagine still, fake ones don't. Now, am I going to buy this for research? Well, no, because I did attempt to buy it for research back in 2022, and I didn't get my product. So I'm going to have to assume that you're not going to get your product either, and even if you do get your product, it's not going to be as good of a quality as the actual minigun plushies. With that being said, $16 plus shipping. Wait on, this is a different store. Why is there only 952 available now? What? I have no idea. But if you compare it to, say, the DJ booth plush, which, by the way, it ships in early August, so apparently you're going to get this one before you get the DJ booth plush. Do bear in mind that, firstly, this is probably better quality. You are getting a slightly bigger plushie. even though, yes, $34, $35 actually, plus shipping, that's you're looking at about $60 in total, whereas this, you're maybe looking at $20. Like, yes, this is like a third of the price compared to this, but hey, you're not contributing to the developers, which, I mean, it is their IP at the end of the day, no matter how we feel about it. But secondly, you are giving probably a random dropshipping company your money, which I don't recommend, I'll be honest. And in my experience, you don't get the product. Also, 2 sold. Okay, so 2 people have got scammed by this. Am I giving them undue attention? Probably. Am I saying that you don't buy this at all? Most definitely. Do not buy this.